That's what she said. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Cocktail Hour. We are here and we're well rested because we took off last month. Anyway, so what you got? You look like you're ready to say something, Sherry. What's up?
No, I keep losing you guys, so I imagine it's me this time locking up.
Great. This
Yeah,
this is going great.
everything's going to be fine. I got nothing. I have nothing at all. I got nothing. Got nothing.
Mm-mm-mm. So before we kick
I
off,
see, it's got to be me. Am I locking up?
yes.
Okay,
You
that's
are.
great. All right, let me check my cord. All right.
All right. So
All right, that's the extent of the troubleshooting. And I'm done. So, okay.
all right. Well, listen. Before we start chatting about the book we read, what's everybody drinking? What you drinking, Colette?
I am drinking a Hemingway daiquiri.
Yum.
What is in that?
So it's like a regular daiquiri, but with grapefruit juice, which is not my favorite.
So just one of those for you today.
Well, I mean, if you see the size of it, it's like Highlander. It's really a Highlander daiquiri because there can only be one, or I'm going to be completely incapacitated.
I mean, you know.
That could be
it's
fun.
one the size of two.
Yeah, that could be fun.
Andy?
Oh, I'm drinking a Bloody Mary. I put no ice in it because I didn't want to, dilute the experience. And yeah, no ice, no celery. Yeah, none of that. Just spicy V8.
Just vodka. And
Vodka.
Sounds good.
Yeah. What you
Mm.
drinking, Jerry?
I have a Lagunitas IPNA, which is
not
delightful. Yes, it's nice. It's a nice sipping beer. Yep.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. I just ran out of my Corona, which is my favorite. So
Oh, well, that stinks.
it's okay. We'll just get some more. I got some Stella Artois and some more of these in the garage. So I'm good.
We're good. We're good. All right, then. So we read Clockwork Boys by Kingfisher. Yes, we did.
We did.
And I know that Sherry likes to give us a summary, but I just texted you on Discord the description of the story if you would like to take it from there or just, scoot through spur of the
You
month.
did? I don't see anything. Huh.
Oh, boy.
Did you send it to me?
I sent it in the joint chat, but I can text it to you right now.
not.
Oh, well, then I sent it to a complete stranger. Who knows?
Oh, why don't you just read it then?
Yeah, okay. I can do that. All right. You ready, y'all? Okay. Here we go.
Yep.
A paladin?
Paladin?
Yeah, that's it. A paladin, assassin, a forger, and a scholar right out of town. Not the start of a joke, but rather an espionage mission with deadly, serious stakes. T. Kingfisher's new novel begins the tale of a murderous band of criminals and a scholar thrown together in an attempt to unravel the secret of the Clockwork Boys, mechanical soldiers from a neighboring kingdom that promises ruin to the Dowager City. If they succeed, rewards and pardons await, but that requires a long journey through enemy territory directly into the capital. It also requires them to refrain from killing each other along the way. And turns darkly comic and touching, Clockwork Boys puts together a broken group of people trying to make the most of the rest of their lives as they drive forward on their suicidal mission.
Wow, spoiler alert.
I'm drinking. Come on now.
Was that
That
the whole
was
thing?
it.
Oh, is that it?
okay.
You're done?
Yeah,
All right, I
that
thought there
was
was
it.
more.
It
All right,
was
then.
short and sweet, I thought.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So I kind of struggled initially with getting into it. And here's what messed me up. Uh, some of the incongruencies with the setting and time and the things that were there, like
Mm.
filing cabinets and, lighting up a cigarette. And, those aren't usually things you see in this type of setting. But once I just let that go, then yeah, yes, it was a good choice. I enjoyed it. So for anybody that enjoys playing Dungeons and Dragons or any other type of tabletop role-playing game, that's essentially what this story is. You have your assassin, you've got your thief, your two rogues essentially, right? And then you've got your scholar and your paladin.
Yeah, and the scholar's really a cleric.
Right, right. Yeah, so it's you have this is the beginning and like maybe the first couple of sessions of a D&D game where the dungeon master decided they didn't want to have the players fuck anything up and they're just going to write it themselves. I think. But yeah, there was a lot of humor in this. So you've got, so we have, let's talk about our characters. So the book starts out with Slate, who is been granted permission by the dowager to gather her party together. So she's going through the town prisons looking for some muscle. And she has this weird ability. I don't know, affliction might be a better way to describe it, where when something's about to happen that she needs to pay attention to, she's swamped with the smell of rosemary. It's so strong that she sneezes and coughs, and she can't. It's just kind of obnoxious. Um, One of you guys take over.
Yeah, like an extreme, like an extreme head cold or allergy.
Yeah,
Or a
allergy.
terrible allergic reaction
Yeah.
may or
Yeah.
may not require, an EpiPen.
Right. Right.
And those that needed one didn't survive. No.
So she comes upon the captain of the guard is taking her through the prison and through showing her the standard scum available, and then she gets hit with the rosemary, and she's like, "What's behind that door over there?" He's like, "No, you don't want to go back there." And she's like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure I do want to go back there." And it turns out to be the paladin who had been possessed by a demon and ended up murdering a slew of nuns. But to be fair, some of them were only initiates.
Yeah.
So he's been condemned, but they're not going to kill him because he was possessed.
And the demon inside him is probably dead.
Yeah, which I didn't. Yeah, so they says that the demon is dead, but it's still in there, and still. How did he describe it? Something like it's like when you kick a dead animal, the flies, pop up, and that's what the babbling and demonic tongue is about.
Gibber in tongues. Sometimes,
yeah. I mean, I don't think that demon's dead, clearly, but yeah, dead things don't generally talk. I don't get that, but so she packs up the paladin and takes him on back to the rooms where they're staying, and already there is Brenner, I think his name is,
right?
he is the assassin who's, smart alecky and, as you would expect a D&D assassin to be, kind of, lighthearted and smug, and he and Slate had been lovers briefly. Just it seemed like almost like out of convenience they were both there, and that's that. And Brenner and the paladin, whose name is Caliban, Lord Caliban, Knight Champion. I'm sorry, Sir Caliban. He's got his lordship removed. He and Brenner knock heads a lot, and that's pretty amusing for a while. And Slate is the leader of our little party. So they get all their shit together, gather their supplies, get their orders, just like you do. They meet in the pub,
Like you do.
Like you do.
They all have carnivorous tattoos.
Mm.
Yeah, that was my favorite part.
That's it. That was really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to talk about that some more?
Well, just that I guess if anything sort of takes them off track, if they screw up, or if they make a decision that will put the goal of the party in peril, then the tattoo that was put on them by the Dowager will start to eat them, right? So they have sort of built-in incentive.
Yes, they do.
Since they're all criminals, except for the last person who joins the party, which is Learned Edmund.
Learned Edmund.
A 19-year-old cleric from some...
many-armed god.
Yes.
But not impressive.
Yes, he has no experience dealing with women as people, and he's horribly misogynistic and refuses to sleep in the same area as Slate because his genitals will wither
and his bowels will turn to water, turn to liquid. Yes, but it appears it's a very slow process.
Right.
Yes.
As it should be.
As it should be, yes. So we pick up Learned Edmund a bit right before they take off on their journey. So that what their object is the Dowager City, whatever it is about to be under attack, right? So these Clockwork boys are terrible name. They don't fit anything. I don't get it. The name of the series is a bit more, and I guess I can't really call it a series. It's just 2 books.
And I'm pretty sure that this was one big book that they split into 2.
Oh. Well, I guess that makes sense.
Why this leaves off in such a weird place.
It does. It reminded me exactly like, okay, playtime's over. We'll pick up next week, right here.
Mm-hmm.
But as the pages are ticking by and they're still dealing with all this other shit, I'm like, okay, well, they're definitely not wrapping up this adventure in this book for sure.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, the Clockwork boys are coming out of Anuket City, or Anuket City, and they are clockwork, more like centaurs is how they were described. Some had 4 legs, some had 6, like squarish horse head type things. So definitely not boys,
but all machine.
Yeah, all machine. So we've got some steampunk kind of sneaking in.
Yeah.
So the Dowager, so they're coming up from Anukit City, and the valley, I guess, coming into the city wherever our party is currently under attack, and so the Dowager needs the party to figure out how to stop the Clockwork Boys, because nobody knows how they work. Nobody knows how to stop them. There's already been two other parties that went out before them. The first one was murdered, I guess. The second one just kind of vanished. And the learned Edmund is coming along because one of his brethren of the many armed god was living in Anukit City and had a journal that very likely has the solution on what to do with the Clockwork Boys. But the folks that copied the journal, left out all of the misspellings and all of the margin notes, and little did they know that those are part of the code that the brother Amadai, I think his name was, would have used. So the copy of the journal is completely useless. So off they go. Our intrepid adventurers head out.
Band of misfits.
Our band of misfits head out, and the entire rest of the book. I mean, a lot of time is spent in the city prepping them.
Yeah,
That seemed odd to me.
It did.
I didn't feel like that was. I mean, you're laying the groundwork for their relationships and all of that, but.
Do you think it was successful in that respect?
I mean, I definitely got a feel for who they are and how they're going to work together, but I think that could have been done on the road. Yeah. I mean, for as little as they accomplished for a big chunk of the book, that could have been better spent furthering the adventure. It felt very much like how you play D&D. You just kind of sit around and bullshit about I mean,
it's like having a shopping.
Exactly. You're gathering your supplies, and the captain of the guard or whoever even said something. I assume you've gathered all your supplies. Well, yeah, because we spent 3 days in town, bargaining with people and getting who were the stone bitches? I can't remember. Because they come up in the beginning and then they never come up again. And I assume we're never going to hear about them again.
And this whole book is called The Clockwork Boys, and we see them go by once. And that's it. And I was like, oh, okay.
And the second book is called the Wonder, whatever the fuck that thing is that they found. Was that helpful?
Yeah, that was helpful.
Super.
Hold on, I gotta find it. So, Colette or Andy, do you want to talk about some of the things that they experienced on the road while I find that?
Sure. I was looking, but that's cool. Well, let me preface that by saying I really, really, really wanted to love this book, right?
Yep.
Because it's got gaming, right?
Mm-hmm.
The whole D&D set of archetypes.
Yeah.
It's got steampunk, right? Which I love.
Yeah.
It's got humor. And I just didn't love it. Right? I felt like that we spent a lot of time sort of shoehorning in a romance that I didn't care about.
No.
But don't worry, listeners, nothing actually happens in this book. So
no.
Just like how we only see the Clockwork Boys as they go by. we spend a lot of time on a romance where nothing happens in this book.
Yeah.
I do have to say, I did think Caliban, I think, is adorable, and I would just hug him and ride around on his back.
Oh.
I got the the big little brother kind of vibe from him. I really liked him. He was probably my favorite, outside of the dog raccoon like thing that always made me think of Ricardo.
The Knoll?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you should always have some sort of creature just stumble in and become part of your party.
Right. I
Yeah.
mean, I thought that was fun. I kept
I did
kind of
too.
waiting for the Knoll to split, but the Knoll just kept keeping on.
Kept going
Yeah.
on.
So
Yeah.
that's all right.
Yeah, I liked him. So the name of the second book is The Wonder Engine, which is something that they come upon later in the Clockwork Boys. So I mean, they could have Kingfisher could have named this one the Wonder Engine and the second one the Clockwork Boys, but I guess it makes sense because that's what they're supposed to be doing. That's the whole purpose behind the book. It just doesn't,
It just didn't flow well. It didn't. I wanted, like Colette, I wanted to really like this story because when the summary makes you think, okay, this could be really fun. This could be a great action adventure, right? A bunch of misfits. They're going to kick ass. I like that. But it just never came together. I couldn't feel the characters. I mean, there was nothing except for those tattoos. There was nothing that drew me to them, right? I didn't really care about any of them. But I didn't hate it enough not to finish it. So I did finish it. But
I wanted there to be more combat.
Yeah,
there's like no,
like D&D.
Yeah.
Right? There was like that one rescue mission, right, where Caliban and Brenner get abducted.
Yeah, that was really it.
Yeah, that was it.
That was it, wasn't it? I mean, there were no other
anything else. Yeah,
and that's when Slate meets the Knoll, and that was pretty much it. It was kind of disappointing. I mean, certainly from if we were grading this as a D&D campaign, this was all shopping and no.
Yes.
Yeah, it was like all fat, no meat.
Yeah, it if it worked well for me because life has been difficult for the last several weeks, right? Yeah. And I was just coming off of reading a really emotional book for me, and this is like the opposite of all of those things. It's lighthearted. There's a lot of humor. There's some slapstick. There's there's nothing serious about it. It's all jokes.
Which is hilarious because like the main thing that the main character keeps saying over and over again is this is a suicide mission and we're all gonna die.
Yeah.
So your whole it's very lighthearted and zany and fun.
I know, right? but it was, right? I mean, the whole thing with they have to ride horses, and Slate and Brenner, they're city folks. They don't ride horses anywhere. So, the whole first few days of them riding horses, I thought was hilarious. First of all, Slate is small and she can't get up on the horse. So Caliban has to help her. Then at the end of the first day, she's so sore she can't move. And Brenner, he was kind of great in some parts, like that whole horse thing. So Caliban helps Slate off the horse. Her knees give out. She can't stand. So she's just hugging him around the neck, leaning into him while she gets her bearings. Caliban goes over to Brenner, helps him off, and it's the same thing. And Brenner's like, it's cold. I wonder if I can get anybody to have sex with me, warm me up. And Caliban and Brenner joke around about, having sex together. And, it's just, the whole thing was just schmaltz. It's
Well,
just.
it really was. But it's not what I was expecting.
Mm-hmm.
No.
And in that respect, it was kind of like a bait and switch. I'm not saying there weren't redeeming things about the story.
So you go into this thinking it's going to be like Game of Thrones, and then you get
and you get Laverne and Shirley. I'm just saying,
Laverne and Shirley. Yeah,
I don't see that with Lenny and Squiggy. Sure.
I think if they had chosen a different place to split the books up,
yes,
yeah,
we might have a different feeling overall.
Yeah, that's probably true. Leave him at the point of wanting more, not leave him at the point where, what the fuck, because that's what it felt like.
Right. So we basically end the story after we get to Anuket City and see the Clockwork Boys from a distance. We don't engage them. And then it's like, and then we determine this is going to be hard or whatever. And then the book ends. And it was like, okay.
Yeah.
Right. But maybe if we had gone just a little bit further and maybe had some more action.
There's also this whole cliffhanger about whatever Slate had used. She used to live in Anuket City, and there's something deadly waiting for her there.
Mm-hmm.
But we have no idea what that is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, I think you might be right. If there had been less time shopping, getting your party together.
So I do love a good shopping episode, typically, when I'm the one shopping.
Yes, you and Laura do some fantastic shopping. Like, I would just kind of go, what do you guys think I need? What should I get? And I'd get some really good stuff. But
there's always like some magical, mystical thing that's rolled into the back corner of some old curio shop, and you just have to find it. And then the shopkeep is like, I don't know what that is. Somebody brought it in, and it's like, I'll give you a silver piece for it or whatever. And then later, when you identify it, it's like, this will grant 3 wishes or some crazy shit.
Right.
Yeah, and I never want to miss that old thing in the corner. Like, I never just want to pass by.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Which reminds me, did you guys see that Idris Elba film of 3,000 Years of Longing? Have you seen it yet?
No.
Oh, gotta watch it.
Okay, I love Idris Elba. We just finished watching Hijack, the series on Apple TV.
I've got that one pegged. I haven't watched it yet, but I love Idris Elba.
It's gonna make your bullshit meter explode, but it's still fun.
It's a series?
That's what I thought too. I'm like, how can you make a series out of a fucking plane hijack? Right. And when TJ wanted to watch it, I told her, I handed her the remote. I said, I am not looking forward to this at all. And then we watched the first episode. I'm like, ooh.
So is he just Mr. Unlucky? Kind of like, John McClane? Every time he's on a plane, it gets hijacked, and it's a different every week?
No, it's a 7-episode. It's 7-hour trip from Dubai where they start to London where they're ending. So it's an hour by hour kind of thing. Okay. But it was actually pretty good. The last 3 episodes or so, I just look over. I'm like, really? I bullshit meter burn.
Yeah, but sometimes it's okay.
Yeah, it
Sometimes you
was.
know that it's going to be there, but you're along for the ride and you're okay with it.
Yeah, it was actiony enough to be interesting, and figuring stuff out as it goes, and yelling at the foreign secretary and how badly she handles things, and it's fun. It's a fun ride. It's worth 7 hours of my time, at
Mhm.
least 7 hours of your time.
Wow.
Yeah, I liked it. Yeah. So, I mean, I wouldn't say that I would not read the second book.
Yeah, I was going to ask.
Yep.
Right? Because so we all got in this call, and the first thing was like, okay, what are we going to read next? And nobody said, well, why don't we read the second half of this? So I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And that was kind of an indicator.
But we usually don't, right? We usually don't do that anyway.
Yeah, but if this, I would venture to guess, though, if we read a book where we knew there was a follow-up and that first book was so damn good,
oh yeah,
somebody would pop up and say, "Hey, let's do the second one." But we just haven't found it yet.
That's true. That's true. I gotta tie my shoe.
Okay.
Yeah. It's bothering me. I keep stepping on it. Yeah. So the learned Edmund started out a total douchebag, as he was supposed to be, and as you would also expect. So all of the characters kind of had changed a little bit, except for Brenner. Brenner doesn't change at all. I don't think that he was any different from the first time we saw him to the last, except that maybe he and Caliban got along a little bit better. But I mean, as far as I don't think he had any character development.
Yeah, well, but I don't think that he was as big a sexist as Caliban and Learned Edmund were.
No, not to start. He was just, he was kind of a good all-around guy.
He already knew Slate, and he was like, oh yeah, she's going to eat y'all's lunch. It's cool. Yeah. I'm just going to be over here.
He had less to deal with, and he's an assassin. Oh well, there was, so in addition to all the other shit that's going on, the various areas that we travel through are dealing with blight, so like the plague, right? And there's one scene they're getting ready to leave. So it could be any time in the first half of the book. They're getting ready to leave town, and there's they're hanging out with the captain of the guard, and one of the other guards comes in and says there's a kid in the yard who's got blight, and the captain of the guard's like, you guys know the protocol. Keep everybody away, and and deal with the body. Well, the kid's mom would not leave the kid. So clearly she's already been infected. She's been out there for hours, and they're like, well, get somebody to go out and kill her. And Brenner says, I'll do it. And, I think, was it Caliban that kind of gave him shit about that? But I mean, I totally understood why he was doing it. He's an excellent shot, and he knew that he would be able to put her out of her misery very quickly. So, so we kind of get that small glimpse of his humanity, since he's, an assassin and supposed to be, kind of heartless, but he wasn't. I never got the impression that he was heartless. He says, I enjoy the hunt. I enjoy hunting people. The killing part is just how it ends and how I get paid. But everybody else kind of grew a bit. Slate grew in that her confidence. She became more confident in her abilities to lead. Realized that she didn't want to die, which was interesting. Caliban gained some confidence in himself again, and he's still accepting his demon. I think trying to work with that a bit more. He had some interesting interactions with his demon while they were with the rune people, these deer folks.
Yeah,
which we
I
didn't
think
talk about.
that may have been a point in the story where I kind of glazed over a little when they were abducted by deer people who spoke, and it was like, oh, yeah, yeah. There's this aspect of fantasy which makes it hard for me.
You ain't the
Yeah.
only one, sister.
And the
I was thinking
the
venison,
the the shaman of the deer people also had a demon, and there was
Sure.
and
Mhm.
yeah, and so, but the I thought about that, and there were these dancing rat parts, the dancing rat, and also, so this I was listening to this yesterday after work, and I decided I was going to go lay down and listen. And I woke up repeatedly having to rewind because I did sleep through that whole area numerous times, but I did get it. So she finds this strange creature who acts like a dog, a talking dog, and calls her Crazy Slate. And they found the journal, the original journal from learned whatever brother Amadai. So they've got the journal, and then Slate rescues the two dudes, and at that point, so she has just decided that she wanted to live. She rescues these two dudes, and then learned Edmund decides, oh, I guess she's not so bad, and that's the turning point for him. So now he's no longer a douchebag, and they have a real nice conversation.
And that's why they call it fantasy. No.
Right, because I mean, this 19-year-old misogynist cleric, he was like, well, clearly I am the leader of this group because you guys, you're
all criminals, and you're a chick.
You're all criminals. So as the only upstanding, law-abiding, and they're like, fuck you.
As well they should,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Nobody who's 19 knows anything.
Nothing.
Ain't that true? But you think you know everything.
Exactly. Exactly.
But you know nothing.
Not a thing. I live with one of those. Nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, it goes back to that. Let's see if this looks better. Hey, because that old saying is so true. Youth is wasted on the young.
It is true. Completely. I agree.
Yep.
Yes.
So what we're saying is we were all assholes? Is that
Oh, yes. I know I was. Yeah.
Name it and claim it, sister.
Yeah.
I was. Yeah. And for probably a couple of decades after, I paid it.
Wow.
Yeah. And they say you reap what you sow. I'm sounding like a giant sitting cliche. Yes, it's true. You do pay for that shit.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know that I will read it right now.
And then you'll read it later. Don't worry about it.
I'm going to put a hold on it at the library.
Oh, all right.
And that way, it'll be about 9 weeks, it looks like. There. I am number 9 on 2 copies.
Yeah, right then. Well, let us know what you think of the second one.
Yeah, I will. So I don't know. We got 20 minutes left.
We can talk about Idris Elba. That's always nice.
I do love him.
He's freaking awesome.
Have you watched Luther?
Yeah, I watched a few episodes several years ago. but I hadn't got back to it. I've got a huge, like you have a reading list. I've
Yeah.
got a movie and TV list, a huge one.
Yeah.
But
So I think there's a new Luther movie out. The next in the sequence of events.
oh, cool.
And yeah, I haven't watched it yet, but I want to. I mean, I loved Alice so much. Crazy Alice, who murders her parents. It's like the first episode. She murders her family and the dog, and then she's just like super crazy.
and I just transported to Killing Eve.
Which I enjoyed very much. And
I only finished Killing Eve like 6 months ago.
Oh, did you enjoy it after all?
I loved it.
Oh,
I
okay.
was like, oh my God, it's over. No.
Yeah.
Keep going, man.
Yeah, they were both great in that.
They were.
Perfect.
They were. Yeah, I mean, there's some Killing Eve books also that I read the first two, and they're really good. I have the third one. I think I know I have some of them, at least one of them on Audible also.
So where in the series do the books take place?
Before, like the first book is Villanelle. I don't remember. I read them a few years ago, so I don't remember. But they're short. They're like novellas. So I mean, it's not a big commitment in time for that. I'm trying to think what other. So have you? I don't know if you'd be interested in this, but Mick Herron, he writes a series of books. It's the Slow Horse series, and the Apple TV has. This is how I found out about it. They have a series called Slow Horses, starring Gary Oldman, and I loved it. It's British spies. It's MI6 stuff, and so kind of like your Killing Eve, but different. I really enjoyed it a lot. Slow Horses, yeah, because
developmentally delayed horses.
Huh?
What?
Like developmentally delayed horses?
No, no, like not fast.
Okay.
Like pokey ponies,
Pokey Pony. Now there's a title for you. Pokey Ponies.
So the reason that they're called that is the all of these people that work in, it's called Slough House. That's the name of the building that they work out of, and these are all like reject MI6 agents. They've all done something really bad, really stupid, or they're just nobody likes them or whatever. So it's like this misfit group of spies, and Gary Oldman is just this gross, disgusting fuck who is just like, our job is just to be here. I don't give a fuck what you do. Don't do any work that you're not supposed to. So I play solitaire all day. I don't give a shit. He's a big douchebag. The show I thought was great. I watched the first season. I don't think they have a second season. And whatever ones they have, I've watched them.
What's the venue?
Apple.
Okay.
Yeah. I've been really impressed with Apple as far like I've been watching Foundation, and Silo was really good. That's another book we could look at, is the Silo series. The first book is called Wool. I'm loving that series. There's it's future. We don't know how far in the future, but all these people live in a silo that's like 100 stories down. But they've been living there for generations. But it's really good. It's a mystery. Nobody knows why they live there. Nobody knows who built it. The series is really good. It starts out as a murder mystery, but it's more than that. The acting is great. I really enjoyed the show. Invasion was another really good show.
Yeah, I heard about that one. I haven't watched that either.
The second season comes out on the 23rd of this month, so we rewatched all that. But I mean, for $5 a month, it'd be worth getting for a few months and just binging all these great shows. They seem to do a lot of sci-fi, fantasy, stuff like that. But the Mick Herron's books, the Slow Horses book, that might be one that we would enjoy.
Uh-oh, somebody's typing up a storm.
Looking it up.
Well, let's look it up.
I hate Gary Oldman.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
I'm not, I
White Peter?
Yeah, see, I think he's got some political views that are
don't even tell me. I don't like him already. I just
unattractive to me. So
yeah,
it was.
I think he's a piece of shit in real life. No.
Yeah, I believe so, and that's why it took me a year to watch the show.
That's awesome.
But I did like it. I mean, I think he's a great actor.
Hmm.
I hope HBO puts out a sequel on The Gilded Age. I had a blast watching that first season.
I've tried like 3 or 4 times. I can't get past I can't get through the first episode. Oh no, I think I did finally watch the first episode, but it just, it just didn't grab me. Grab me.
I get it. There's plenty of stuff that didn't grab me, and then I went back years later to watch it, and I loved it.
Yep.
Like turning on the news is watching The Gilded Age.
Yeah, ain't it the truth?
Yeah, since I guess we're in Gilded Age 2 Electric Boogaloo.
I'm looking through my books here, see if there's anything that looks good.
We should have our fan suggest.
Our fans.
Yeah, we tried that on the last episode.
Yeah, they don't like to communicate.
And nobody left a comment on the last episode, so nobody cares what we read.
Yeah, see?
We
could come here looking like we just, survived a war, all gouged and bloody and sweaty and dirty, and nobody would notice.
Yeah, we get
we
get like 20 to 30 views, an episode. So
we do it for us. It's all right.
Yeah, it's all good. Let's see. Want to read.
I'm rereading an old standard, which I'm sure Sherry's probably like going to roll her eyes mentally.
Which one?
Sea and Stars.
Which is that? Is that a Melissa Good? Oh, okay.
I love that series. It's all the action you could ever want. That's
what like
Clockwork
action or like
what?
Action.
No, action.
Oh, okay. Not like
No.
No, not that kind of action.
Okay.
She published it through, I think, Regal Crest. I don't know. Anyway, but she split up the first book into 2 partners, and then she did of Sea and Stars, which is the 3rd in the internet series. So if you don't, buy it, you can look it up on her. She's got it on her site. You can read it that way. And then she's working on on the website, it's the actual 3rd book, because Partners wasn't broken up on the website. So the next one, the one she's working on now, is the longest one so far. And Rogue Wave, it had to have some kind of water note to it. But yeah, it's just awesome. That's probably the best series I have ever read for action and adventure. Love it.
Well,
but yeah, you can read it for free on her site. Was it Merwolf.com? What the hell is it?
Merpup, I think.
Merwolf.com. MERWOLF.
So if you're interested, there's the first book in the Luther series is called The Calling by Neil Cross.
Hmm.
If you're interested in that, let me see, how long is that? 362 pages for the paperback.
All right. What's the name of it again? I'll look it up on the.
The Calling?
The Calling.
Call with an A and not call with a U.
Correct. Like, I'm calling you. I'm calling you right now.
Not
Ring,
I'm calling
ring.
you because we need to thin the herd.
Yeah, not that kind. Not that one. No.
Yeah, it is not on script.
Oh, okay.
Either the calling or the culling.
Neither of those.
The Calling.
Let me see. Luke Jennings is the codename Villanelle guy. So
Yeah, I really like that Killing You. I might have to play that damn thing over again. I
Okay,
only
so
watched it through once. I didn't.
okay, we could do. Oh, we've watched that I think at least 2 or 3 times because we watched it, TJ and I, and then Micah watched the whole thing with us, and I think we may have watched it again. So Codename Villanelle is the first book.
Oh, let me see if that's.
Yeah, it's only 220 pages in the hardcover.
Wow, that is small.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's a few different stories too.
Oh, it's not on.
Not on script.
No.
Not for audiobook.
Oh, your library should have it. Hoopla's got it. Got 3 different copies. It looks like. But I don't know if you guys do Hoopla.
I do.
I don't know what that is, but it
It's
sounds
through your It's through your public library.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So
I have a Chrome extension. Whenever I go to a book on Amazon or Goodreads, it tells me if it's available at the library. And you can add Scribd to that. They have a Scribd option also. Let me see. It's called Library Extension if you use Chrome. Yeah.
Oh.
So, I mean, we could do that. That would be quick.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, for crying out loud! I don't say it. What's the author's name again?
Luke Jennings.
L-U-C or L-U-K-E?
Luke Jennings. Jennings.
Got it.
Somebody else that I've enjoyed. Well, maybe not. I don't know. I'm not putting that one up.
Oh yeah, there it is. Codename Villanelle.
On Hoopla?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, it's right. Yeah, they have the audiobook and script.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Maybe I put codename in like a space between the two. That might have done.
Maybe.
Well, thank you for looking. That's awesome.
So should we do that one then?
Sure.
Yeah, why not?
All right. So we're going to do code name.
Oh crap! There's a few of them.
Yeah, I know that there's at least 3.
But you said this is the first one.
It is. Yeah. Yep.
All right,
Okay. Cool.
Yeah,
All right then.
We got our next.
Look at us.
20 people on the watch. Oh, that was pretty awesome. I'm glad I tried it. I really, really wanted more out of that, though.
Mm-hmm.
I felt a little let down. I gotta say.
Out of
Clockwork Boys.
Clockwork Boys.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Still hung up on the TV series.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's going to be September.
Yeah.
So I think for October we should do like another spooky classic.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's been fun.
Yes.
Maybe some Poe.
Well, I was thinking of the Picture of Dorian Gray. If you guys haven't read that.
I have. It's been decades.
I have it. I started it, but I never finished. I just got caught up in something else. So yeah, I have from Audible. Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a great idea. I love it.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Look at us.
We
out
take
what
a
to
month
do.
off and we come back gangbusters, y'all.
Right? Okay, so this is September, and then
Yup.
that's October. All right, cool.
And then if we're lucky, the Hollywood writers' strike will be over. They will have come to a mutually beneficial conclusion. And we can look forward to Mike Flanagan's new series. It should come out in probably around September, October, with the Edgar Allan Poe series that he's doing, Fall of the House of Usher or whatever it is.
And
That'll be
so,
fun.
what channel is that going to be on?
Netflix. I think it might be Netflix. I think Netflix.
That's where the rest of his stuff has been.
Yeah. I'm not 100%, but I think it is. Yeah. Did you ever finish Blind Manor?
I watched the first one.
I still haven't finished. I'll help you. I haven't finished Season of Change yet either. I forgot all about it, to be honest, until right this minute.
It's like every time I open up Netflix, it's like, don't you want to watch the next one? And it's like, oh, I don't know what I do.
Maybe.
I haven't taken it off the list. But
Yeah, I pulled the book back out. I'm still there.
The creepy kids, man. Creepy kids in the fucking window of the spooky. I don't want to be around kids that aren't creepy.
But it's good. It's so good.
It is good, honestly.
You got a really nice lesbian love story mixed in there too.
It's very lovely.
It is. It is.
Okay.
You've got that love story, and then you also have the love story of the housekeeper lady and the cook, which is it's so sweet.
I love that housekeeper.
I know, right?
She was so wonderful. It's like
She's in Foundation. She's in Foundation.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I like her. All right, cool.
Yeah.
And then what else do you have? Then you have an illicit romance. That
So the lesbian romance is not the illicit romance?
No, there's no.
No, you have married men having dalliances with a married woman. Oh.
No, he wasn't married. Only she was married.
No, I meant, did I say he was married?
Yeah.
Oh, no, single guy getting involved with a married woman. Yeah.
Hmm.
And she's in the family. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah. It's not incestuous.
I love where your face went on that.
Well, I mean, that was pretty vague.
It is not set in
He's
the
in the family, and we'll just leave it at that. Like,
It's not incestuous.
It's not. No, it's not. It's not. It's not about a Southern family in the United States, though.
Oh.
Maybe we'll get 40 now, reviewers. Anyway, or watchers.
I think somebody's here now.
Oh!
Hi, whoever you are. Or it might be me. I don't know.
I love the mystery of that.
I know. We could have one person watching, or
no, or just us.
Or just me. Who can say? Who can say?
Well, this was fun.
It was fun.
We branched off a little bit, but I like when we do that.
I mean, the book didn't have a lot of substance to go. I mean, okay, so would you recommend it or no?
I mean, maybe, but I feel like I would feel better about recommending it if I read the second one and the part two was, part two made up for all of the shortcomings of this one. If that were the case, then yeah, without reservation, I would recommend. But
as it stands,
who knows? If this was all there is, no.
Okay, Andy.
No.
No explanation. Just
sort of.
No. Just
no
know,
equivocation.
I got plenty of other things I can recommend people to read. I would not even, just wouldn't even pass the whiff test to get near the list.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
I would recommend it with an explanation that if you're looking for just a lighthearted, fun read, this is my
Lighthearted,
recommendation.
fun, no, and no action. That thing's a bait and switch right there.
That's fair.
That is fair. But I would recommend it to certain people, not to
People
everybody.
that I don't care for.
For people who have recommended shitty books to me in the past.
Why did that make me want to watch the Thin Man movies? Isn't that the weirdest thing?
What?
The Thin Man. What your comment made me think? Oh my god, I should put the Thin Man movies on.
That you recommended to people that you don't like?
Right, and for some reason, those movies popped into my head. Maybe because there's so much quick banter between all the characters, and sometimes the obvious contempt.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I love those movies. They're the best.
They are the best. They're better than the book, as we have discussed previously.
Sadly,
when we read The Thin Man.
Yeah.
I
but
still haven't seen any of the movies. So.
But the Hollywood, when they put the two main people together, for the perfect. They have perfect chemistry. Their timing is excellent. I mean, it's just so much fun.
Which doesn't match up at all with this book.
No, not even a little bit.
Kitty wants to cuddle now. It's Kitty. Cuddle time.
Oh.
Well, I think I'm going to cuddle up with my iPad now. I'm still
all right then.
But this was fun, seriously. I missed you guys last month, so looking forward to the coming months and years, and however long we take it.
We got 2 books planned. 2!
So let's see how we can fuck this up.
And then, we have to have our glorious Christmas special, whatever that is.
Right.
I was thinking maybe, we haven't done a true crime in a while. Maybe we look at, the Gilgo Beach, which I cannot help but think Dildo Beach. I told you that, Andy. Every time I see it written out, it's my brain.
I mean, is there already something written about that guy? He just
no. But there's a book called The Lost Girls by Robert Kolker or something like that. About the Gilgo Beach murders.
As an unsolved thing, I guess.
Yes. Yeah.
Was that the one on HBO or?
Yes. No, on Netflix. There was the one that was on Netflix that I haven't watched yet. But yeah.
Sad.
We could also do. I'm reading. I've got a book on the Murdaugh murders.
Oh, why don't we round this up? It's a little after an hour, and then we'll catch everybody on the flip next month.
Okay, hold on, because now I have to go back to where I was. Okay, all right then. So thanks everybody.
Ciao.
Bye.
Noodles.